Alright guys, this probably isn't going to be like a full episode. This right here is just me explaining what I got my hands on. Check out what I got my hands on. I have no idea, the history behind where this came from or whatever. But these right here are, copper coated Full Metal Jacket AK47 rounds. But the entire casing is copper coated. Like the entire bullets just look like solid copper. That's one of the reasons I bought these things, because they look really cool. No matter how you figure it, they're definitely unusual. I have no idea what sort of stripper clips these are on. I'm going to assume SKS stripper clips. That's the only thing that would come to my mind. So I've got an AK47 that takes these 7.62 by 39 rounds. I've already fired a couple of these just to see how they perform in comparison to the other AK-47 I use. So, I mean, these work pretty well. I haven't had any issues with them yet, but I am going to fire a couple of them. I do want to put them through a couple of tests. Nothing too big or too fancy, but it should still be fun. So I figured I'd record it. Alright, I heard this thing beep, so I'm sure it's safe to assume that it is currently recording. I got 4 different targets out there. These are Full Metal Jacket rounds, so I imagine they're just going to go right through that piece of wood, assuming this gun doesn't explode and kill me. I think I got 2 bricks and a piece of cement. Let's see how these little Full Metal Jacket rounds pan out. We're going to go in order. Wood to far end brick. Yeah, that went right through. It didn't even move the wood. These are some fun little rounds. Now, the reason I say the entire round is coated in copper is not just because of the color of the round itself, but on the actual, I don't know, I guess you would call that the rim, is a green tarnish. Now, copper tarnish is green. So that leaves me to believe that these are at least copper coated. They might be full copper, full copper shells for all I know. Like I said, I don't know anything about them. They're probably Yugoslavian or Hungarian ammo or some sort of bulk surplus. But I found it cool. I'm used to firing steel and brass. Now I'm firing copper. Now, these copper rounds, I say that without really knowing if they're full copper or just copper coated, but these copper shelled rounds are lacquered and sealed. So that leaves me to think that they're not completely valueless rounds. Am I out of ammo yet? Sure am. Chamber's cleared. So, that was fun. Very interesting little spouts of ammunition that we have sitting around here. So, I was checking out a Mauser on my last video, and I went inside, cooled off, decided to myself, I wasn't done shooting. I picked these up, and they were actually pretty cheap. About as cheap as the regular old steel-cased ammunition, so I figured, why the hell not? These are pretty cool. They work pretty well, probably about as well as the steel-cased ammo. Hell, for all I know, it's just copper-coated steel-cased ammo. I'm sure it's the same exact thing, but it's fun. I'm having fun with these things. Full Metal Jacket rounds, can't go wrong, especially when fired out of an AK-47. But hey, I think that's it for me for right now. I'm going to go put this back inside. It's beginning to heat up again. If you enjoyed this and want to see more of my experiments and what I do and what I find, do feel free to subscribe. Every time someone subscribes, gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling. Oh, I never thought that I'd actually say anything gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling. I'm pretty cold and dead on the inside. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic day.